So, whenever you're thinking of starting UPSC preparation, there are 5 pillars of preparation that need to guide your approach. These are principles that you need to follow if you're giving civil services exam. Because see, any which way there's too much to do over here. There are 10 different subjects, then there is optional, there's answer writing practice, there's MCQ practice. Previous year questions are important, but how are they important? So all of these things require you to have pillar number 1, which is structured preparation. Without structure, this can be overwhelming, very simply because there is too much to do. Now, structured preparation helps you solve the overwhelm, but beyond that, you also need to understand what are the right resources, because it's much more important कि भी जो एक किताब है, the single book that we have surety that this is a good resource, we repeat that resource 5 times instead of reading 5 books once. That's the idea. जो Bruce Lee वाला होता है कि I am not afraid of the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I'm afraid of the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Similar idea over here. The right resources, you just need to keep repeating them, reviewing them, revising them, and going into depth in that same subject. Third, revision. This is connected to the right resources, because once you have read a resource, and this is a problem that a lot of people face, particularly in the beginning, that let's say you've started reading polity, and polity mein you've started with NCRTs. NCRTs, by the time you're reading it, okay, you've read 3 NCRTs, and because it's a new subject, you start to forget, okay, what was that thing that I had read in that first NCRT? By the third NCRT, by the time you get to books like Lakshmikant, it seems overwhelming back there that, I've already forgotten these things. These are the right resources, but I've forgotten any which way. How am I going to use it? That is where periodic revision comes in. And periodic revision is not just for one subject, it is for all subjects. Your preparation is built in a structural manner to help you revise from time to time, because in the end, we're all human. We don't have unlimited memory, and to solve that, there is periodic revision. Finally, pillar number 4, ruthless practice. Ruthless practice is a very simple idea that you are an adult, you are responsible for your preparation. No matter the course, no matter the mentor, no matter what resources you have, so long as you are not holding yourself accountable, you're not going to clear this. And that's ruthless practice. Now, finally, pillar number 5 is right feedback. Right feedback means the direction of your preparation is a lot more important than just hard work. It's not that hard work is not required. That's why you have pillar number 4. Hard work is required, but at the same time, you also need hard work in the right direction, which can be done with the help of your seniors, can be done with the help of some mentors, can be done with the help of past rankers who you know and can reach out to. If you do not have access to these, then obviously you can get some course or help from others who are preparing, who are further ahead in this journey than you. So, what is the idea of these 5 pillars? इनके बारे में थोड़ा और डिटेल में हम बात करते हैं कि structured preparation. For example, when I started my UPSC journey back in 2014, so in 2014, I just started with the idea that, I will read NCRTs and, that will be it. Why? Because everybody told me NCRTs are important. So I just read NCRTs. Then did not clear prelims. 2015 mein repeated the same, just read the NCRTs, thought I'll clear, and at the same time I was preparing for CAT, I was doing other things, I was doing a job. I was not structured. I just thought that I am smart, I'm smarter than all the others who say I will clear that I'm smarter than all the others who say that UPSC will take time. I will clear it in my first attempt and I will show them. Doesn't happen because of the vast syllabus, because of the optional subject. Particularly if you're from the engineering background and you're taking your optional as a humanities subject, which I did in my preparation, you do require a plan, because without that plan and without structure, you will keep roaming around over here. This is the area that you'll keep spending time, and you need to be spending time here. You need to clarify your thinking. You need to make progressive improvement in your journey. Without structure, without a plan, doesn't happen. Next, too many resources. So a lot of people, what they end up doing is that they become PDF collectors. How many of you have a folder on your phone, on your tablet, PC, whatever, where you encounter a PDF and you're like, this is an important PDF, let me just put it over there. Because that is a very, very natural instinct. We become information hoarders, we become PDF collectors rather than actually trying to become a district collector. Because to become a district collector, you have to be structured, you have to be organized, and you have to follow simple resources. These are not complicated resources, and I've said this before, basics done with a rigorous application, done with discipline, work. It is just the basics, and that is what it is. So NCRTs and a standard resource like what? Lakshmikant for polity, Ketan sir's handbook, the PDF of which we generally give out for free. And for other books, other subjects, you have similar single point resources that are very, very helpful. So all of this we'll also share with you. But what's the idea? That despite the fact that you have these resources, whatever it is, the sum total of material that you're supposed to cover will be around 5,000 pages. Now, I don't know about you. Somebody comes and tells me that I am supposed to read and remember 5,000 pages. I don't think I can do it. At least not if I read it single time. Therefore, periodic revision. Periodic revision ke, there are two important aspects. One is active recall, and the second is spaced repetition. Both of these things you will need to do. Spaced repetition is the idea that whatever you've read right now, you will need to review it. Let's say a month later, you will need to review it. Let's say 6 months later. And this has to happen with each and every one of the subjects that you're doing. So it can't be just like, I'm reading one book and then I picked up the second book and suddenly in the middle of it, I remember, oh, I don't remember that. And then I go back to the first subject, ignoring the second one. This sort of haphazard preparation just leads to chaos. So what you need to remember is that your mantra is read, revise, and repeat. You have to keep repeating this for the entire duration of your preparation, be it for 1 year, be it for 2 years, however long, एक attempt दे रहे हो, 2 दे रहे हो, whatever it is. Read, revise, and repeat. That is your mantra for civil services success. Coming to pillar number 4. Now, regardless of the fact that, what resources you have, what, mentors you have, what course you are buying, whatever it is, there are only 1,000 seats. And that means that when more than 10 lakh people are preparing for this exam, there is going to be ruthless competition, meaning half marks ka farak padta hai. Aadhe number se people are out of the list, in the list. And when we start out, we are very, very dewy-eyed, we are very, very idealistic ki I'll clear it in my first attempt, I'll get IAS, XYZ. Aadhe number se log bahar reh jate hain, and it's not like they were not deserving. Therefore, ruthless practice. You have to give a lot of mocks. How many mocks? 100 is it necessary? Maybe 50? That's not the point. The point is that we need to use these mocks in order to improve. There are two things that you need to focus on. You need to find faults and you need to improve on those faults. These are the two core ideas that I'm not supposed to give 100 mocks. I am supposed to give enough mocks so that I find my faults and then I can improve on them. That is the nature of ruthless practice, because without that ruthless nature of trying to find your own mistakes, you will continue doing the things that are easy. You will continue to stay in your comfort zone, and that's not how you're going to clear civil services exam. Finally, write feedback. Now, a couple of things over here. You can get a mentor. Now, mentor can be somebody who is your senior from college, from school, from wherever. Can be a past topper, somebody you can access, because see, past topper 10 tarike ke ho jayenge, but if I cannot talk to them, if I cannot reach out to them, so then not helpful. It can be from a course. A mentor is simply meant to help you course correct. That if I'm going in the wrong direction, this mentor will help me stay on track. That is the job of a mentor. And that is how a mentor will help you. A mentor will not do the work for you. That is not possible in this exam, because you are going to be sitting in that exam when mains happens. You are going to be writing those 9 papers. 9 papers for 3 hours each. 27 hours का तो सिर्फ एग्जाम है, and in that exam a mentor can give you the principles, the ideas for how you need to prepare, what are the things that you need to do, if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, but you are the one who's sitting in the exam hall. So a mentor, while useful, is not the end of it, right? And then finally, obviously, for those who have seniors who can access toppers, it's very good, very lucky, but not everybody can do that. For those people, obviously, getting a course with mentorship is what it is. And that is where we bought the UPSC Essential course. Now, this is a course which is a complete course for Civil Services Exam 2026 and 27. And what do I mean when I say complete course? You will get access to all the recordings of live lectures. The lectures in this course will be live. And you will also get access to recordings of those lectures. Meaning, for example, let's say that there is a class that is happening today at 7 p.m. The recording of that class will be available on the portal within 6 to 12 hours, so that 7 p.m. today jo class hui hai, by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and even before, usually, you'll get access to the recording of that class. Because a lot of times what happens is that people sometimes are not able to watch the class live. They have some commitment, some thing that they have to do. In such a case, recordings. And the access to this will be till June 2028. Why? We give 3 years of access. This access is unlimited for the very simple reason that if you are getting a course from us, we want to be the best mentors that you can possibly find. We don't want to be people ki, okay, your validity is over now, get out, I don't want to see your face all over again. 3 years, the idea here is that if you are here, we will do our level best to help you clear Civil Services exam. But again, the core idea remains, ruthless practice has to come from you. You will also get access to personalized mentorship, one-to-one personalized mentorship. One-to-one का क्या मतलब है यहाँ पे? That a lot of places, what happens is, a lot of institutes, what they'll do is, they'll have a Zoom call, and on that Zoom call, there'll be 50 people sitting. And 50 people का generalized Q&A session चल रहा है कि okay, general questions, general answers. The mentorship that you get access to in the UPSC Essential course is a one-to-one personalized mentorship, meaning your doubts will be directly answered by the mentors. Your queries, your issues will be resolved. Exact problems, exact solutions. That is the idea. And again, this is till June 2028. 3 years of access to mentorship as well. Finally, live current affairs classes. These are weekly classes that happen, that whatever current affairs happened in the last 1 week, a summation of that will happen. And even this live class you will get access to till June 2028. Right. Finally, now test series jo hai, test series ka access aapko rahega till mains 2026. This is the only thing which has 1.5 year or less than 2 years ka access. But this is because we want you to actually practice. Having a deadline with a test series helps you solve it, because otherwise क्या होता है, वो test पड़े रहते हैं and we keep asking and we keep telling ourselves कि okay, I have time, I'll give that test later. This is to ensure that the ruthless practice also has a deadline. You need to work, you need to write, you need to get feedback and discuss that. And that's how we've designed the course. So 3 years of access for live classes, recordings, and isme bhi there is no limit. A lot of places, a lot of institutes, what they'll also do is ki, okay, you can only watch the recording 2 times, 3 times, something. Unlimited number of times. However many times you want to watch this recording, you can watch it. However many times you want to access mentor calls, you can do that. So a little bit more about the medium of this course. Now, the medium of this course will be completely English. And why is the course in English? A lot of institutes, what they'll do is they'll do the course in English. A problem kya hai with English is that you're going to be writing the exam, like I said, mains, 9 papers into 3 hours. तो 27 घंटे जब आप पेपर लिख रहे हो, तो you have to think in English, you have to write in English, you have to have that process of thinking, you have to have that entire ecosystem, that English becomes very first language for you. And the problem with English courses is that while some explanations will become easier for you to understand, but it's again not helping you here. It is not helping you get the best out of your performance. It is not helping you immerse into the language of your medium. Now, for those that are giving in Hindi medium, English doesn't make sense at all. For those that are giving in English medium, again, English doesn't make sense, because if you are giving the exam in English medium, you should really study in English. If you're giving it in Hindi medium, sure, आप इंग्लिश में पढ़ो. हालांकि इंग्लिश में तब भी आई वुड नॉट रिकमेंड कि आप पढ़ो, क्योंकि हिंदी मीडियम में अगर आप दे रहे हो तो भाई हिंदी में ही आपको क्लास भी लेनी चाहिए, क्योंकि चीज़ें बहुत सारी छोटी छोटी होती हैं जो आपके मीडियम में इम्पैक्ट करेंगी. इन दैट मोमेंट इन द एग्जाम हॉल आपको हिंदी में एक्सप्लेनेशन याद आ गई, मीडियम आपका इंग्लिश है, तो इट्स अगेन कंफ्यूजिंग, नॉट वेरी यूजफुल फॉर यू. दिस इज व्हाई द कोर्स दैट वी हैव विल बी इंग्लिश मीडियम. नाउ UPSC Essential, like I said, 3 years of live current affairs you'll get over here. Daily practice questions. Previous year's questions will also be practiced. This will happen in class, as well as you'll also get practice material apart from class. 3 years of one-to-one personalized mentorship. Comprehensive coverage of all GS subjects, be it for prelims, be it for mains. And 3 years of access to recordings, live answer writing classes will also happen. Critical thinking ke sessions will also happen. Test series for prelims and mains, both is included over here. Pre and mains. So idea kya hai is course ka, that if you are buying this course, you really don't need to buy any other course. So idea kya hai? We will do our level best to give everything that you require to ace Civil Services exam all at one place, and you don't have to get distracted. And for this, we follow a phase-wise approach in this course. So what is this phase-wise approach? Now think of it in a very simple manner, that when we are starting, let's say for example, you are just starting preparation, and this is the level that we are at. That when we are just starting preparation, we need to understand, okay, what is Parliament, right? Parliament is Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President of India. So this is new information when we are starting preparation. Okay, President is also a part of the Lok Sabha. But after the GS basics, in the advanced phase, we will look at, okay, what are the powers of Lok Sabha and how are they different from the Rajya Sabha? So this is a little more advanced. We are doing comparative analysis. We are looking at where is Lok Sabha more powerful, where is Rajya Sabha more powerful, what are the core differences, how do you get elected to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So phase-wise approach से क्या होता है? We build the foundation for our preparation. We don't do everything all at once, because that is very confusing. If you are somebody who's absolutely new to preparation and I jump directly over here, कि what is the comparison in powers between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, without having talked about ki, okay, why is Lok Sabha formed, why is Rajya Sabha formed, why do we need 2 separate houses? Before that foundation, before that basic phase happens, if I jump here, it gets confusing. Therefore, we have created the course in phase-wise manner. In the basics phase, we will do the basics of all GS subjects. Then, in advanced phase 1, we will also start answer writing practice. We will also do mains specific subjects, and we will do a lot of PYQs for mains as well. Now, GS basics phase is right now. It is starting in June of 25, October of 25. Now, prelims focus phase. Now, GS हमने कर लिया, सब कुछ हो गया, but again, we have to start preparing for the phase of the exam. Because prelims का preparation is different from mains का preparation. Mains में you require a lot of answer writing practice. Prelims में you require a lot of MCQ practice. So from Jan-Feb of 26, we will start focusing a lot more on MCQ practice. We will start focusing a lot more prelims revision, strategy sessions, PYQ sessions, all of those sorts of things. Then once that is done, in June of 26, you will have the advanced phase 2. Here, what we'll do is we'll review all of the subjects that we have done in the basics phase, and we will continue practicing answer writing, and we'll continue doing PYQ practice, all of those things Again, we will come back. So naturally, by doing these things in phases, whatever you have done over here, there will be some revision over here. There will be, again, some revision in the prelims focus phase. Fourth revision again in the mains focus phase or advanced phase 2. And then finally, some revision for mains again. Now, this might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to give in my first attempt and I'm going to clear first way all the way through. So why do I need to revise mains once I've already given mains? For this, we'll come to in a bit. But before that, you will also have a specific phase for interview preparation, meaning in a single course, you'll get guidance for prelims, for mains, for interview, all 3 stages of the exam, everything you will get in this course. Now, 3 years of continuous mentorship support and this again mains revision phase after I've given mains. Why? So very simply, I want you to understand that let's say we are here right now, June of 2025. I've started my preparation, right? I've started my preparation and let's say I'm going to give prelims in May of 26, right? If you're giving 2026 का attempt, तो May of 2026 में you'll be giving your prelims. May of 26 के बाद August of 26 is when you'll be giving your mains. This is pre-mains. Let's say you clear it, you go for the interview. Interview का phase will start in December of 26. December of 26 का final result, this will come at what time? This will come in April of 27. तो April of 27 में जब तक इंटरव्यू का रिजल्ट आता है, what do you think you'll be doing? Do you think you'll be preparing for another attempt? Or do you think you will have given up, okay, I've made it to the interview, I'm not going to do anything else ever again, I'm chill? No, because we don't know whether we are going to make it to the final list or not. In this period, you have already started preparing for prelims in 2027. Have you not? And that is the idea for why we give 3 years of mentorship. Because even if you're giving a single attempt at Civil Services Exam, you end up giving 2 attempts. Why? Because I don't know by the time I've given the interview whether I'm going to get selected or not. And this is not me. You can look at the interviews or mocks or anything from previous toppers for the last as many years as you can find. Nobody is sure that I'm going to make it to the list. And even if they're sure that I'll make it to the list, they don't know where. So rank improvement के लिए देना है या just rank लाने के लिए देना है, because there's also another thing over here that let's say you get a rank of 300. You are going to give another attempt for rank improvement, is it not? So in this period, you have already started preparing for the next prelims. So that is why we give 3 years of mentorship support, because 1 साल का तो आपका paper का cycle है and you will have already started preparing for the next attempt even after that. Right. This is why we have the mains revision phase over here, because no matter what, so long as we don't find our name on the list, the preparation continues, the hard work continues, and the effort continues. So personalized mentorship jo hai, again, like I've said, it is one-to-one mentorship, not what everybody else is doing, one-to-many, XYZ. And problem kya hoti hai yahan pe, that a lot of people, what they do is, one-to-one mentorship ke naam pe, they will start charging exorbitant 40,000, 50,000, any high amount they will start charging, because personalized mentorship is hard. And that is where we differentiate ourselves. That all of our mentors are highly experienced. You will have people who have cleared Civil Services Exam. I am one of the mentors in the course. I've cleared this exam twice. Shashank sir is there, again, cleared Civil Services Exam. Ketan sir is there. Krishna sir is there. Nimish sir is there. All of these people from IIT, from IIM, multiple ranks in the exam. These are your mentors. All of them will be giving one-to-one mentorship for 3 years. So that is where we differentiate. And test series obviously is included. You'll get 45 prelims tests for CSAT and GS as well. And you'll get 16 mains tests, 11 sectional and 5 full length tests. The idea is all practice, all guidance, all classes, everything you'll get in this single course. Weekly current affairs classes, again, like I said, 3 years of access. You will get no additional current affairs का course is needed. Nothing else is required for you. क्योंकि देखो होता क्या है, a lot of people, what they'll do is कि okay, why don't you join our foundation course? And now next year, why don't you also take a current affairs course from us? And then, you know, uske baad, why don't you also take a PYQ revision practice course from us? Why don't you also take a test series from us? And the cost keeps ballooning. That they started out with the 10,000, 15,000 ka foundation course, but now you have to buy a 10,000 ka test series. Now you have to buy a 10,000 ka mentorship, and eventually you end up paying a lot. And that is what we did not want. That is what we have never really wanted, for anybody to pay an exorbitant sum of fees for preparing for this exam. So the preparation in this course will also be very, very previous year question focused. I'm sure you've seen plenty of toppers where they're saying that previous year questions are the most important source of information for this exam. So last 13 years ka prelims ke previous year questions, as well as mains ke previous year questions, all of these will be integrated in the class itself. You don't have to do them separately. They will be covered in class itself. We will also ask you to practice them separately. And you'll also get daily practice questions in class, which will be based on what you have read in the class on that day. So everything in this course is pre-planned. Everything is organized. We have tried to keep it in a very structured manner. And at the same time, we've also tried to give you some breaks. Breaks kyun? Like for example, every Sunday, there'll be no class. Generally, what happens is that we plan things, but life catches up. Sometimes you get sick, sometimes there's an emergency, sometimes you have to travel, whatever it is. Without these breaks, plans become tight. And when they become tight, it becomes easy for us to develop backlogs. Backlogs को फिर cover करने के लिए जगह चाहिए, which is where you have breaks. All your lectures are going to be live, and even today, you can tell what are you going to be studying on the 21st of December, right? The idea is tentative planning nahi hai yahan pe kuch. Everything is organized, planned, and pitch perfect. So these are your mentors and faculties. This is me, obviously cleared Civil Services Exam 2 times. Shashank sir has cleared it. Ketan sir has cleared it. Rohan sir and Krishna sir, multiple mains and interviews. Nimish sir cleared Punjab PCS twice. He also cleared the CISF Assistant Commandant paper for UPSC. Neelam ma'am, who teaches polity, is also a polity faculty in Delhi University. Ishan sir, interview in Civil Services Exam, teaches you science and tech. Anil sir, your math ka faculty, math and logical reasoning. He has extensive teaching experience and is a working engineer. And Trisha ma'am, who will be teaching you English comprehension, is also a very, very experienced faculty. So all of these people will be teaching you the various subjects. So the experience and the credibility that this team brings to you is unmatched anywhere else. Right. So the price for this course is 19,999, all inclusive. अब इसमें भी बहुत लोग करते हैं that this plus GST will also charge, plus this will also happen. 19,999, all inclusive, and even for that, there is a 10% pre-launch discount going on till the 10th of June 2025. The code that you need to use for that discount will be in the video description and in the pinned comment as well. The course will start from the 19th of June 2025. Now, think of it another way, that 20,000 ka ye jo, price point hai aapka, this can seem like, okay, everybody else is doing this, that, XYZ, but this is for access for 3 years. Keep that in mind. That this is a 3-year course. The classes will be over in, let's say, 12 to 18 months, but you'll still have access to mentorship. You will still have access to live current affairs classes. All of that for 20,000, which effectively means that this course is costing you somewhere around 6,000 per year, which is the most competitively priced course in the civil services exam market. And here I'd also like to make one more claim. If you can find a feature in any other course in the market which you think is missing in this course, let us know. We'll add that in the same price in this course. So that's all for this video. This is the UPSC Essential course. If you wish to join, you can visit courses.upscprep.com. Don't forget to use the pre-launch discount code till 10th of June. All the best on your UPSC journey.